Corey Brodus, Snoop Dogg's daughter. Okay, there she is right there. She's a beautiful young lady. Beautiful. Well, she suffers from depression and bipolar, and she recently tried to take her life. Yeah, there she is right there. Mm-hmm. And on Saturday, she's 2021. She's so young. Oh my gosh. She revealed in an Instagram caption that in the last few weeks, her mental health has not been so great. At one point, she said she tried to end her life. She went on to share that her boyfriend, Wayne, and her family really gave her a purpose to live and helped her realize life is much more than materialistic things. Huh. You got to just keep pushing through the bullshit she posted. Oh, goodness gracious. What are your thoughts? I can play that video here, but Schoolboy, what are your thoughts? Comment in the chat. What are your thoughts?
And no shade, I follow Snoop and I follow his wife Shantae, and I just don't like the way they treat her as parents. I feel like they give them boys a lot of accolades. They don't give her enough unconditional love and praise, the way that I feel that they should. And that shapes a lot, and parents don't realize that shapes a lot about who we choose and who we choose to date. We tend to look and emulate to men that are like our father. Let's be real. Snoop ain't never been no saint to Shantae the entire time he's been married to
Yeah.
her. He
Uh-huh.
dogged her out publicly as much as he may, uplift her. He has dogged her out publicly as well. And I just don't feel like they give her enough love and praise on the internet. They do the most for them boys, but they don't rally around that girl like I feel like they should, and they still should rally and love on that girl. And I'm gonna tell you, if the boyfriend is being abusive, she's seeing the product of her father. That's all. I'm gonna leave it right there. Y'all take that from what you want to take, but
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. Look at her father. Snoop ain't never been no saint to Shantae, and if that's the example of love, then that's a poor example. And the embarrassment he has put his wife through over the years, but they don't rally around that girl the way that they should. That girl is beautiful. Her skin tone is beautiful. She should be loved on, because the way you love on your child should be what they should emulate and what they should want in a mate. And she's
Yeah.
not seeing that as an example as a parent.
That's so true. And I also want to add that depression and bipolar and those things are nothing to make, I guess, light of. In terms of anyone, we're not coming down on this young lady. We're here for her. We understand what she's going through. We're all dealing with some sort of demon. All of us are walking around and have some sort of psychological issue. I mean, how could you not? The air you breathe. I mean, if you really feel that you have nothing, there's nothing wrong with you and you're perfectly fine, wake up. Because the air alone is contaminated. The air we breathe, the food we eat. I know a lot of things say non-GMO and it's organic and all this other bullshit, but it's not. They're trying to kill us. I'm not even trying to sound like Mariah Carey, but we need to be sympathetic to it. We need to check on our folks, check on our neighbors, our friends, be there for them, truly. Marcella, what are your thoughts?
I'm really sad about it. I don't know how her parents treated her, but mental health is so serious to me. We all have been through some type of mental health due to this COVID. This young lady is dealing with a lot. She has lupus. I don't, I just want her to know that we are speaking of this to bring attention to it. But I love her. I'm praying for her. I never want to see a child commit suicide. And I'm glad that she's getting counseling and going through it and doing the work to get better. That's all I got to say. I can't speak on her mama and daddy. I just know that this young soul, this leader, she's a future leader wanting to take her life, and that saddens me so bad, y'all. That just hits my soul. I've had somebody in my family kill themselves, so I really can't. I can't answer.
I'm sorry, Marcella. Condolences to your family. Bishop, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is this: this should be an awareness to all the parents who have children. You have to take you got to take their feelings into consideration, and you need to really, engage with them, because this is a clear sign of parents not engaging with their daughter, and they engage more with the sons. And I will say it is colorism on both the parents.
I
They're
think
they're
so.
they're pushing that in their household. And you can tell by the way they uplift them boys, because she even speaks on it. She's like, "Yeah, I always thought I was so different because my brothers were light skinned and I
Yeah,
was dark skinned, and it was just weird to me."
yeah,
And my thing is this: like, black people need to stop pushing that, whether you're pushing it overtly or covertly, because that's hurtful and it's stupid, and you actually divide the people up, and you're actually just pushing um, programming that was pushed on us, saying that lighter is better, meaning that it's so stupid because you're a person too. So we're gonna discount people that are not like that are darker. So we need to stop doing these colorism uh, um, um, politics we're doing, because we look very foolish when other people are looking at us like, what, aren't they from the same family, like
right.
aren't they black, like they're
Yeah.
confused. So we need to
And
definitely awareness this.
I'm sorry. Absolutely. Additionally, to add to that, too, her brothers have babies with women from other races, Caucasian and Hispanic. So their children look almost white, very, very light skinned. The parents are all over the grandkids. She's always felt different, she says in the video, and I'll play it because of her, darker skin, because she's extremely dark. I said that 2 nights ago. I said she's extremely dark, and that always bothered her. And someone in the chat said, Monica, why are you saying that extremely dark? Because she's extremely dark. And that's the problem right there. That person was offended by me saying extremely dark, because being extremely dark offends them. It's not a beautiful thing to that person. They look at it in a negative way. And as Black people, it's very, very, very sad what we do in our communities to each other. Colorism runs rampant. We're always comparing from the grandmother, grandmammy, down to the mama, down to the pappy. They make whispers, they say things. It's very, very sad. Look at the child's ears. Let's see how, and by looking at the child's ears, the baby's ears, as soon as they're born, you can tell how dark they're going to be. You say those things in front of the mother, the father, the grandkids, people, they hear that and it's programming. It's very, very sad. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can watch the video. It's 30 minutes. Let's just watch it together as a family. Deborah Dorgier, thank you so much for the super chat. Teacups, I was just diagnosed with lupus, but with meds and doctor treating me, I know God is the healer. Absolutely. Yes, amen. And blessings to you. Sending positive thoughts and prayers to you. I know you do, Kearney. I know you. That's our girl from the Bronx. She's so sweet. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to watch it. Again, it's 30 minutes. So don't complain. Monica, turn this off. You know how y'all get. Okay, wait a minute. Can y'all see that? Let me change some settings so you can actually hear it. Give me 1 second. All right.
Today, okay, first of all, like I said in my post, like I've been going through a lot, right? And I don't know, like something just sparked me to tell you guys. Hi Mom. Something just sparked me to tell you guys what I've been going through, because I feel like I always tell y'all what I'm going through every Sunday, whether it's good or bad. I try to be as open and as accessible as possible because I just want everybody to know that I'm human. And I mean, we're all human, right? And we all go through stuff. But when you have a title and when you're something or you're somebody, people think you don't go through stuff. And that has to be the most frustrating, irritating thing in the world, because just because my dad is who he is, that doesn't mean I don't get sad. That doesn't mean I don't want things, or I don't feel away. Because like I don't know how to explain it, but basically, I posted that I tried to commit suicide. And I think it starts from my childhood, right? I grew up with 2 light-skinned brothers. And I was the only chocolate one. I was overweight. I got lupus at 6, so I was overweight from being on steroids. And that just automatically just messed with my health. Like I've always been sad. I've always been depressed because I feel like I've been through a lot. Like, as far as my sickness, and then not knowing if it was cancer, if it was lupus, and then find out that it was lupus, and just me being sick, dealing with stuff like that. Like, I hate seeing kids sick because I've been sick. I am sick. It's a lot. Like, body hurting. You just in pain, and you're so young. You're like, what is happening to me? Like, what is going on? And then you look at your brothers and your other family members, like, dang, like, why me? Like, why? Like, not saying I wish they had it, but why me? Why am I going through this? Why did God choose me? Why me? And I feel like I've always been in the hospital. I've just always been sick. Like, it's just always been something wrong with me. And even in school, like when I first got lupus, my face used to peel and my hair was falling out, and just even me being dark, like people like looked at me like I was an alien, like I was a monster. And I remember I got on social media when I was like 13, and my mom and dad didn't want me to because I wasn't strong in there. And I got on there and I just got super bullied. Like, people just always talk about me. You're fat, you're ugly, you're dark, you're this, you're that. And I used to cry. Like, at 13, I was ready to die. Like, just so sad, crying to my mom, like, Mom, like, I'm so ugly. Like, why did you have me? Why do I look like this? Why don't I look like my brothers? Why? It was just so many why? It's like, I hated everything about me. And to this day, there's a couple things that I hate. I always look at myself and I'm just filled with disgust. So just because you have money and just because you're able to do certain things that people can't do, it doesn't mean you don't have a heart, you don't have a mind, you don't have a soul. Like, I go through it just like everybody else. And I try to be as transparent and as open as possible because I know there's people out there that go through stuff, maybe worse, right? But you can't make me feel like how I feel is not like important, or it don't matter because my dad is rich and because I have this and I have that, when that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, I drive a Toyota Corolla and I'm content. When my dad bought me that car, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, a Toyota Corolla? But before that, I was driving Wayne's Acura. And you just learn to appreciate stuff because at the end of the day, this stuff don't matter. When we die, these mansions and these Bentleys and these Birkins, they ain't going with us. You feel me? So I just learned to love what I have, to appreciate what I have. And I know people always gonna have something to say, No matter what, whether you're doing good or bad, that's just people. Everybody had their opinions. But I just had to come on here and let y'all know, like, just because you rich or just because you whatever, that's like me telling Kylie, you can't be sad. You can't be mental. Why? Because she a billionaire? She still got feelings at the end of the day. We don't know what she go through. People only show you what they want to show you. So, by the looks of it, her life looked perfect. But she's choosing to show us what she wants to show us. And what she show us is perfect. It looks amazing. So, of course, we're going to think, oh, she has a perfect life. But nobody has a perfect life. And that's what I had to understand. I'm looking on social media. I'm looking at these girls' lives that are my age. And I'm like, damn, you doing this? You doing that? I'm sitting here with my 2 dogs and my boyfriend every day trying to figure out what I want to eat. Like, I feel stuck. But at the end of the day, I'm very blessed. I'm in a very blessed position. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes their journey is your journey and your journey is your journey. Just because this person is doing this and doing that don't mean I'm supposed to be doing this and doing that. God may have a whole nother plan for me. And I know a lot of girls that look at these other girls' Instagram and start feeling like how I feel, like I'm not doing enough and
It kind of went.
where your man at, who he with, what he doing. Be content. You gotta be content with what you have. We don't know what these women are going through. It looks great. It looks amazing. Trust me. I see it. And I'm like, damn, I want that. I want it. Give me all of it. Give me her life. Just give it to me, please. But that's not what what my life is supposed to be. I'm not saying everybody is going through that. They got them a rich dude, but majority of the time, this is what they're going through. So when you have a man that loves you and that shows you that, you have to appreciate it. Like everything I'm telling y'all, I've been through it. I'm still going through it. So that's why I'm able to speak on it. There's plenty of times where I wasn't appreciating Wayne because he not rich and he not this and he not that. Forget all that. You love me for me. You taking care of me. You holding me down when I can't even hold myself down. That's what matters. Not that you can go give me a Bentley right now. You can go give me a purse and take me to Bora Bora. But that you love me and that you there for me, right? So this goes with my mental. It's like you seeing all this stuff and you want it and you mad you don't got it. And I'm going to just tell you how the story. So Wayne ends up getting into a car accident. I think it was Sunday. And like I said, I drive a Toyota Corolla. That's my baby. And I was so mad. I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, you crashed my Toyota Corolla? Forget him being alive. Forget him being well. You crashed my Corolla? I was ready to lose it all, literally. And something in that accident just triggered me. It triggered me. And like I said, my mind's racing, my mind's going, and I'm like, you know what? I need to go somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, but I need to go somewhere. And I get a hotel. I don't answer nobody's phone calls because at this point I'm like, okay, I just need to get away. That's all I was worried about. I just need to get away. That's it. That's all. And then I get to the hotel and I'm just sitting there, you know, I kept going to sleep. I kept waking up. I kept going to sleep. Everybody calling me. They don't know where I'm at. And the plan originally wasn't to kill myself. It was just to get away and to not talk to nobody. because I couldn't. Life, I can't handle life. I can't handle stress. When stuff gets too hard for me, my mind instantly goes, kill yourself or end it. Because it's just, I feel like that'd be the easiest way out. I don't want to feel pain no more. I don't want I don't want to feel no more. So if I just end it, I'll be okay. This is the way my mind is thinking. I'm literally giving y'all a look inside of my mind. And so I'm there. Everybody's still blowing me up. They're still blowing me up. And I just turn my phone off. I'm like, I can't do it no more. So I start hitting people up for perks. And Zane, stop. And I start hitting people up for perks because I know that perks have fentanyl in them. And sometimes these perks are fake. And I know that'll be the quickest way out. And I'm like, okay, I'm keep hitting people about perks. Nobody's hitting me up. Nobody's hitting me back. They're like, you want 30s or 10s? I'm like, I don't know what none of that means. Just give me something. Like, just give me something. Like, give me a perk. Give me lean. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never done drugs before, but I wanted to do them today. I wanted to do them that day because I knew the effect that it had on people. So everybody that I hit, there was this one person that I hit, and he was going to go get the stuff, but he just stopped answering me. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign from God that I don't need to do the perks. But then the devil comes again and goes, no, you need to do the perks. Keep hitting until you get the damn perks. So I'm still trying to get the perks. And I get really bad migraines. So I always have Benadryl and I always have my migraine medicine. So I start Googling, well, how many Benadryls can I take to OD? Like, what can I do to OD? So I start calling my mom. I start texting my grandma because I wasn't texting nobody. I just text my grandma and I tell her, I said, tell my mom I want to be cremated. And I just kept crying. I kept crying because I'm like, this is really what you want to do here? Like, you want to end it like this? Like, you done? You ready? And I'm like, yeah, like, just, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, like, sometimes I just feel like I don't have a purpose here. I deal with so much health stuff. Like, I just be feeling like people don't, like, really feel me. Or they just think I'm being dramatic, or they just think that, like, what I go through is, like, I'm not supposed to be crying right now. But I'm just getting emotional. Like, people just think that what I go through is nothing, but I've been through so much shit that I have this stuff I can't even physically tell y'all because it's so personal. And so I get the Benadryls. I look it up and they're like, if you take 5 of them, you might can OD. And so, but the ones that I had, they weren't enough, like the milligrams. So I'm like, okay, so I just start popping them, and I start popping my migraine medicine. And I said my goodbyes to everybody. And then my auntie texted me. My auntie was calling me. And it was something about her phone call. Because I wasn't supposed to be responding to nobody. This is supposed to be the end. Like, I was supposed to be in my casket, like, somewhere else, not here. And my auntie started calling me and something. Just told me to answer her call. And I just answered. She's like, what's wrong? What's the matter? And I was like, I just hate my life. Like, I'm sick and I'm fat and I'm this and I'm that. I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here no more. I feel like I'll feel better if I'm not here. And then she just starts talking to me and she starts calming me down. But as I'm on the phone with her, I start taking more pills. And then finally I started getting like super shaky and super like, drowsy. So I go lay down in the bed, and she's on the phone with me. She's like, "Where you at?" And I tell her where I'm at. And she's like, "What room number?" And I tell her. And all of a sudden, like, I just blacked out. But the last thing that I heard her say was, Corey. And then I was gone. And then all of a sudden, I wake up to paramedics pulling the covers off me, poking me to check my blood sugar and asking me, am I okay? And what's going on? And all this stuff. And I was so gone. I was like, what is happening? Like, I got pulled on a journey. It was just a crazy night. I had all my family members there. I had Wayne there, his brother, my mom-in-law, my dad's assistant, my mom, my grandma, one of our close family friends. It was crazy. And like I said, when you're in that state, what you have, who you have, it don't matter to you at all. Like, all the people that came and saw me and was there to support me and be there for me, like, when I was in that state, I didn't care. What I cared about was just ending it. Like, I didn't want to be here no more. Just take me. Whatever I have to do, I'm getting up out of here. That was my main goal. And so I get to the hospital and they were like, well, what's wrong? Like, what happened? And I was just like, obviously I can't tell them I was trying to kill myself because I didn't know how none of that mental stuff worked when you're in the hospital and stuff. And so they're like, what happened? And I was like, well, I just was feeling sad and I just tried to calm myself down. Like, I didn't want to tell them, yeah, I was trying to kill myself. And so they're like, okay. And they're like, well, thank God what you took is not toxic. It's just going to make you super sleepy. I'm like, okay. So then 2 cops came and they asked me, like, what are you trying to do? And I was like, oh, like, I was just trying to, like, just calm down. Like, I wasn't really trying to hurt myself. I just wanted to be relaxed. And they were like, okay, cool. And then I heard them say, well, you're not under no criminal charges, but you something. And I'm like, wait, well, I'm out of it. So I'm like, what they talking about? And then basically they told me I was on hold 5150. And so then I'm thinking I'm finna get in this hospital, tell them a few things and bounce. And they took, like, my vitals and drew my blood and stuff. And they were like, my health was good. Everything was good. There was nothing to worry about. And they were like, but you have to see a psychiatrist because when you're on hold, you have to see a psychiatrist and you have to, go to the mental home. And so I stayed overnight at the hospital, and since I'm on hold, every time I gotta go to the restroom or every time I gotta do something, there's somebody standing at the door, a nurse. So she gotta get up and go into the restroom and make sure I don't do nothing crazy, basically. And so then after that, they were like, okay, you have to go to a mental facility. And I was like, okay, like, I watched a couple movies about mental facilities and I kind of was like scared. I was like, damn, like, I don't want to be in no mental facility. Like, I don't want to go through this stuff. And I was like, but this is what happened. It's your consequence. And this is not my first time I've tried to do this. So I think God is probably like, this is it, like, because the other times I've done it, it was just like my security would come up here and watch me for like an hour and take my medication and then everything would be back normal. But this time it was like, God was like, I got to show you better than I can tell you. Like, you can't keep doing this. And the next time you do it, it might not be no next time, And so so the next day they took me to the mental facility. They made me take my clothes off. And mind you, before I went to that facility, I read the comments, and the comments were terrible. They had like 1.5 stars. And they were just saying all this crazy stuff, and I was just so scared and nervous. So when I came, they had me on a journey, and the security guard opened it, and they were like, hold. And they were like, yeah. And he's like, okay, hold on. And he closed the door. And then he finally let us in, and then they were cool. Like, they weren't mean, they weren't rude or anything. I went in the room and I changed into this dress. And I went back there and I did some paperwork. And Then I just sat on the couch and they like set it up for me and they gave me like some food, like noodles and stuff. And they had ended up finding out who I was. So I mean, I don't know if they would have treated me nice if they didn't know, but they just were really nice to me and there for me. I just stayed overnight. I woke up and I met with the psychiatrist, and he just told me like, you just gotta get some help, and you know, like I'm good to go basically. But in that facility, it's a different experience. I don't know if any of you guys been in a facility, but it's just like, it makes you go absolutely crazy. Like you don't have no phone, you don't, like you have TV, but you have TV from a certain time. And then you're in there with other people that are mental. And it was just like an eye opener. Like I would never do that again. You know, like I don't even have plans to do that. When I get to that point, I just know I need to pray and I need to know that God is on my side and not let the devil win. But as I was in there, it was just like, it was crazy. I started appreciating everything. It was like everybody in that facility, they had nobody to call. Like they lived on the streets. Like they were coming there so they could have a place to stay until they could, get fed whenever. And I was just sitting there like, there's so many people that I can call right now that I know will pick up. And I just started appreciating life. I was like, I just want to hug Wayne. Like, I just want to go home and hug Wayne and hug my mom, my auntie, my nana. I just want to feel the floor. Like, you just start thinking about your life and you just start thinking about stuff. And I'm like sitting there crying. Like, there's something really like I never thought that I would be sitting in a facility for trying to kill myself. Like, I never thought about that. And the fact that I was in there, it kind of like made me so sad. Because, like I've never been through this. I've never experienced this. And it was really just an eye opener. I just kept talking to God. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I ever act ungrateful. I'm just sorry. Because like I said, I am very blessed. And sometimes when you're in that state, you don't care about none of that. You don't care about having family. You don't care about being able to, like, the fact that God gave me a voice to sing and to speak about certain things and like a platform. Like, you don't think about that. It's like literally the devil's in your head. Like, just do it, kill yourself, do it, why not? Like, you'll be okay. So I was just in there for a night, and then I got out, and I was in so much pain. Like, I was just sore. I don't know if my lupus like started flaring up, but I'm still sore to this day. And I got out, and I was still just like, I don't want to be here. I was like, why didn't it happen? Like, why didn't God just let it happen? Like, why am I still here? So I was just going through it for a couple more days, and I feel like I'm finally like, okay. Like, I have my moments, but I'm finally okay. And I really just want to talk about God for a moment, because he was there with me the whole entire time. Like, I couldn't even sleep. I only slept for 3 hours. And I just kept telling him, like, please just relax me. Just make me go to sleep. Just help me. Like, and it's like he just put his hand over me, and I just went to sleep. And I woke up like, oh, dang, I was asleep. So I just want to thank him. And even when I came home, I was still just on one, like mentally. And he just calmed me down. Like, he's always there for me when I ask him to be, or, and I even check up on him, like, because I know people don't check on him. They just ask him, can you heal me? Can you heal my brother? Can you do this? Can you do that? We never check up on him and make sure he's good. So I make sure that I do that, and I try to be as obedient as I possibly can. So that's kind of my story. Well, that is my story. And I think my depression stems from a lot of stuff. I think it stems from my health. I think it stems from what I've, dealt with being here for 21 years, about to be 22. So I don't think that just because somebody has money or just because somebody comes from something that they can't feel the way that they feel. I saw some comments when they're like, I'm so sick of these rich kids and they're trying to end their lives and they're trying to do this and do that. Well, when things happen, you have to look at why they're happening, right? Like, people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like, yeah, we're blessed. Yeah, we're able to do A, B, and C, but sometimes we don't have that support or that comfort that we need, And that's important growing up. So y'all have to stop thinking that just because somebody is rich or just because somebody is this, that they happy. The guy from Jumanji committed suicide. And I think his name is like Robin Williams or something. Like, he committed suicide. Kate Spade. Like, I can name a couple people that were rich and famous and they committed suicide. Like, we all go through stuff. You can't tell me I can't go through nothing because my dad is rich. That's BS. That's BS. I'm pretty sure there's things that he goes through that he's sad about. But he's Snoop Dogg. So you tell me Snoop Dogg can't be sad? No, that's not fair and that's not right. And I feel like sometimes people on Skid Row is more happy than people that's in a mansion. Like, more money, more problems. So you can't, and they do. And money don't always make you happy. Things don't always make you happy. So a lot of people are just being very insensitive, but there's a lot of people that's also being very supportive and being there. And like I said, I'm not posting this for y'all to feel bad or feel sad or feel attention. I'm posting this because I know it may help the next person to know that, okay, I can relate to her. I can relate to somebody like her. And that's what I get all the time. Like, people DM me and they're like, there's nobody else on social media that I can relate to, but I can relate to you. Because it's real. It's not a facade. It's real. And we look on social media looking at other people's lives, which is not real half the time. And we want that. Like I said, I know a bunch of girls that look at other girls' lives and want what they have. But half the time what they have is not even genuine and they're not even happy. But like I said, everybody goes through stuff. Some people like to voice it and some people don't. But I'm the type to where I like to voice certain things so that, we all can just be on one accord and talk about it and be there for each other. Depression don't have no title on it. It don't. It really don't. Or like no target, however you say it. Like, I could have been poor. And what y'all gonna say? I'm too poor to be depressed? But that makes no sense. You see how silly that sounds? It's sad. And I always go on Instagram and express to y'all how I feel. Like, because at first y'all didn't know nothing about me. Y'all didn't know what I sounded like. Like, y'all didn't know anything. And I decided to start going on there and just having these talks every Sunday. So y'all can get to know me and I can get to know y'all. So if you're going through something, talk about it. Like, I even found me a hobby. I went on Google the other day because I'm like, I can't keep living like this. Like, it's a sad feeling. Like, just not in the mood for nothing. Just don't want to be here. Like, I got to get out of it. Like, I have a purpose. I just have to figure out what that purpose is. And maybe this is my purpose. I don't know. And so I went online and I found a few hobbies that I want to do. And I have something coming very soon. And I hope y'all rock with it. And just know that it's all genuine and it's all love. And it's, time has been hard, but I know that we can make good times out of bad times. So thank you guys so much for listening, for being supportive. Like I said, every day is a struggle. I may wake up tomorrow and be back at square one. But there's a push now. There's a fight now. There's not... I haven't really had thoughts about, ending it or, not wanting to be here. It's kind of just Lord, just help me figure out what I need to do to get to the next step. And I need to get busy. I need to get active. I need to do what I love and do what I want to do. So, and I feel like I'm at an age, and even my homegirls were at an age where we're grown, but we're young. So it's are we supposed to have it figured out? And then it goes back to social media when you see girls your age and they're popping and they look like they got it figured out. And I think that's the main thing, is they look like they have it figured out. And then you're sitting here okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything to make income. I'm just sitting here watching Disney Plus all day. But I'm blessed enough to do that. But is that what I want my life to be like for the rest of my life? It's weird. It's like mixed emotions. And I feel like our timing is our timing, but obviously we have to do stuff so it is our timing. So we have our own journey, we have our own path, and let's just do whatever we can to follow it. There's going to be ups and downs. Life is definitely a roller coaster. And my focus right now is really getting my mental right, because every ball that's thrown at me hits me right in my face. And then I'm just sitting there okay, what do I do? I don't know how to dodge and duck and all that. It's when stuff gets hard, I'm okay, what's happening here? I just don't know how to handle it. So that's really what I'm working on now, is handling life, being an adult. Not just trying to give up so easy. Yeah, I took some time off social media for a while. I was on there, but I really wasn't on there. And it made me feel 10 times better. So, and sometimes it could be my cousin told me, sometimes it could be your timeline, who you're following. I feel like I don't follow anybody that looks like me, or does what I do. So if I'm looking at somebody that is the complete opposite of me, my mind is tricking me that I want that, but you don't even like that, nor do you want that, Your mind is very powerful. It really is. So just appreciate your life, because we only get one. When things get hard, just pray. But taking your life is not worth it, and it's not okay. And you definitely don't want to be on hold, and you definitely don't want to be in a facility home. It adds more stress to you. So let's get our mental right, and let's do what we got to do together. Like I said, I'm here. I'm a prime example of all of this. I'm a prime example that you can be in a position and be sad and be mental and be suicidal. And I have regular friends. And I don't even like to say regular because we're all regular. But I have friends that are they're regular. I don't really hang out with celebrity kids, and I just feel like I've never been able to relate. We're just different. So just surround yourself around good people and appreciate what you have for real, because all of this has really taught me a lesson. And I hope that I made somebody day today. And I hope that I was open and transparent as possible. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.
All right. I know that was long. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts?
I've been where she's been. Actually, I was on a suicide watch. I did take multiple pills. I did end up in the hospital. I didn't have a mother or father or anybody to come see me. A nurse did sit with me for like 2 days, so I know exactly what it is. And money didn't have anything to do with it. I watched a lot of the comments in the chat, and people say, money doesn't make you happy. Where's her father? When you're fighting an internal battle within yourself and you're trying to figure out where you fit in this world, it's a lot. Um, and I not only dealt with rejection from family, but I dealt with rejection from society. Because once you say, what your sexuality is and you live in your truth, you are immediately shunned by people. And you're immediately treated different. So I know exactly what she feels. So for me, this is very triggering and very telling. But when I laid in that hospital bed, I had to understand that God had a purpose over my life. I didn't understand what my purpose is. And today I'm walking in my purpose now. And my purpose is to help others that are feeling that same depression and that same anxiety, and that you can make it. No matter what your parents have or how much money your parents have or what they're able to do for you, sometimes your parents are inadequate to love you on that level that you need them to love you. And God will put the people in your life and give you family and give you purpose. And sometimes you have to find that purpose. I think a lot of people need to understand that mental health is real in our community. It's very much so real. And instead of always thinking that people are strong and that they're going through, oh, well, they can make it. Well, look at, I saw the comments. Oh, well, she driving toward the Corolla. What about her daddy? Her daddy's money is not her money. Y'all need to
Right.
understand that that's not her money. That's not her legacy. She has to find her own legacy and her own identity. But when you don't have a bridge and you don't have a family around you and you don't have support that shows you to help guide you, you will be lost in this world. And I think a lot of people need to understand you got to check on your kids. You got to check on your family members. You got to check on those that look strong, because sometimes we fall. And I'm gonna tell you, social media makes me fall sometimes. Sometimes it'll take me out, but I refuse to let it take me out, because it ain't nothing but the devil. We all in spiritual warfare right about now. We all going through things. All I want to say is keep that young lady lifted up in prayer, because she's just trying to find her. She's trying to figure out where she's supposed to be in this world. But I need her parents to step in and to be that bridge, because she's going to look in all the wrong places for love. She's going to look in all the wrong places to get it until she gets it. And if she's done this more than once, there's a serious problem. She's crying for help and nobody's helping her. They're just padding it. They're just padding that. And you can't do that. You have to build that bridge. But I'm glad that she is still here. I'm glad that she was able to share that on her IG live, because she may have saved someone else's life. I don't want to be long-winded, but I know what she feels. All I can say is everybody in this chat needs to keep her lifted up in prayer, because there's somebody in this chat that needed that message tonight.
Hugs, virtual hugs, and kisses to you, schoolboy. I view you as a daughter. I do. I'm gonna tell you a story, and I never told you this personally. But one day, I think last year, I was in Costco, and a gay young lady was at the register, and she looked like you, schoolboy. You remind me so much of her, and she was helping me pick out the AirPods for my daughter. One of my daughters. I was buying the AirPods, and I didn't know anything about it. And the young lady was so kind and so gracious to me. And she was so smart. And we were just joking back and forth. In that 10-minute interaction, I said to her, I said, your parents must love you. Because I just wanted to take her home, me and the kids, right? And she was about 18 or 19. And she looks just like you. She said, no, they don't. They don't want me. My mother and I, we don't get along. And I literally wanted to break down and cry right there. And I never stopped thinking of this young lady. And I went home and I told my kids, I'm like, do you think I should go buy her a $50 gift card and bring it back with a Christmas card? You know, tell her that I love her. And although she may not have a mother, I could be there for her. I didn't know this young lady. 5-minute conversation. So in a sense, I think God put you in my life because I went back. I never saw her. And I go to Costco all the time, but she just wasn't there. So then I met you, and I think that God put you in my life to replace that young lady because you came and you had a similar story about, you know, your background with your mother, and I embraced you, and you call me mom, and I call you daughter, and I just love you. You are loved. I want to give you a virtual hug. Okay.
I love you too. You know, I respect everything that you do, and it's not about you know, sometimes, you know, God will give you something that you're missing,
Mm-hmm.
and complete you when you're not whole. And so I not only have, you know, Monica as a mother, I have many mothers that follow me. I have many mothers that follow me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm appreciative of everybody. I really
We
do.
love you. Mm-hmm.
And I love y'all.
We love you. Bishop, why don't you say a prayer? I think we need a prayer to everybody that's going through something. It's a very heavy topic. Please, if you can just lead us in some prayer.
All right. All heads bowed. Dear Lord, we thank you for each and every one that's here, Lord Jesus. We ask you to look down on the people that are suffering with low self-worth, Lord Jesus. Let them know that they are worthy to be loved and that they're here for a reason. Lord, show them their purpose, Lord, and comfort their hearts while they're going through these trying times, Lord Jesus. And let us look to one to another with love in our heart, that we may show people that we love one another and that we're here for one another and that we can help each other in this trying, in this dark time. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Thank God. Amen.
Amen. Marcella, what are your thoughts?
You muted.
You're muted, Marcella.
I'm muted because I was crying and I was reading, and I know that Monica, you doing this tonight has helped a lot of people in our chat. We need to pray because this is a spiritual war. This is not just our flesh and blood. This is something spiritual coming upon people because we've been in a depressive time. Um, she is absolutely right. Money don't make you happy because then you don't know who to trust. You have people grabbing at you. Um, and you know, you gotta look at who you're choosing to have in your life. So I pray for everybody in this chat. Schoolboy, you know I love you. I talk to you. My daughter is in that community, but you know what I can say about myself, that everybody I encounter them with love because I know that people go through stuff. And I know that my daughter told me people in her community, they have lost their family. So I make sure that I love my child. I love people, everybody I encounter, I show love. So I know that mental health is real. I had a cousin who killed himself, had money, but when you just don't have the love you feel you need you in your life, and he ended his life with his wife in the kitchen and his children eating dinner. So I know there was no financial problems, but money don't make you happy. You got to be a doer of making money, not letting money make you. And this young lady has helped a lot of people, and I hope she continues. I hope that she knows that she's valued. Schoolboy, you are valued. We love you. We love you.
Yes, we do. We love Schoolboy, and we love all the teacups out there listening
Yeah.
now, too. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Bishop, thank you for that lovely prayer. Do you want to add some commentary to this?
Yeah, just right quick. Yeah, a Schoolboy, we do love you. And and I want everyone to remember, even when loved ones do not understand us and they reject us, just chalk it up to their ignorance and that they don't know what they're doing. Because sometimes it sets us on a blaze of a journey where it lights us up and say, you know what? I'm not going to treat them the way they treated me. and you'd be like, I'm gonna do way better than what they done for me. Now I may come from parents that love me and they show me all types of caring, but my father always showed me to care for others and treat other people like they're your brother, your sister, or your children.
Right.
And that's one thing I want people to remember. Treat other people like they're your family members. Because when you do that, you see value in them and you begin to see value in yourself. You be like, you know what? I feel good about myself because I'm doing the right thing. And like what Marcella says, money does not buy you happiness. It only buys things. And stop allowing people to treat you like a product. You are a person. Because a lot of times we see dollar signs, we see people, and we see what can I do with them, what can I, and then we start losing the humanness with each other. And I always tell people, whether or not if I agree with what you do in your life, that's your business. But if you are a person that is beautiful and you're an awesome person and you show nothing but loyalty, love, and a bunch of affection, man, I can love you like a sister or brother. Don't matter what you do. That's what we do is our business, but we need to love people and see people as people. Stop seeing people as, well, they no, stop that.
What
I
they
don't
can
like the
do for
way they
you
look.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like the way they look because she too dark, she too light. Stop. Stop. Do you like the person? Are they cool peoples? Are they respectful? Look at the internal stuff instead of the external stuff. And I think that's the problem where we're getting hung up on external all the time.
Monica, can I share this for a minute?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, Monica knows that I am a woman who had been physically and mentally abused by my mom. But through counseling, and I had to end up in a facility. And I had strangers telling me they love me. As I grew up, my mom kicked me out at 15 years old. I went back to New York, and my family there loved me and taught me. And now Monica will tell you, I give the kids who have been abused. That is my mission every day that I breathe, because I know that it happened. My mother didn't love me because my father left her. So you don't never know what somebody going through. Some days I can smile through my pain. And I come up here every night to make y'all laugh and be happy and take your criticism. But I'm okay because you know what? For once, I love myself. If nobody else loved me, I love myself. And my every day I walk this earth, I will give my knowledge to kids that's been abused, and I will give the money I have, and God keeps blessing me. So I love y'all. So I know that she can come through this. She's got to learn to love herself and trust in God.
Well said. I'm going to take some phone calls. I was going to do the Mariah Huck update tonight, but for the sake of time and because the topic is just so heavy, it's kind of hard to segue into that kind of stuff. So I'll save it for Monday. Why don't we go ahead and take some calls? I'm going to add Queen Tulsa to the chat. Hey, Queen Tulsa. How you doing tonight?
Hello, everybody.
Are you
Hello.
feeling better? You told me, I don't know if I can share it with everyone. You can tell everyone.
Okay, well, I had a situation to where I ended up in the urgent care today, and I had a flashback. I had a triggering point. In 2012, I tried to kill myself. I was in a hotel room. I had drugs, and I'm here today, and I say this to say that we still have a purpose. Corey, that's your name. Black is beautiful. You are beautiful. One of my biggest influencers, T.S. Madison, she loves her beautiful. She's a thickly young lady, but she encourages it. She tells you love yourself. I want to say this. This is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number. Help is available. The number is 1-800-273-8255. If you don't want to talk about it, we got a crisis text line. You can text HOME to 741-741. It's help, it's resources out there, y'all. Usually I come on here with my funny commentary, but tonight I got emotional, and that's okay. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, self-care, self-care, self-care. Take care of your mental. I know in our community, a lot of people, they don't believe in going to talk to a therapist. It's okay. I talk to one. I talk to my therapist once a week. And you know what? It doesn't make me crazy. It makes me a better person. I'm able to be better for myself, and I'm able to be better for those around me. It's drugs. I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through. I was on drugs. Want to know how I got there? Because my family said F me. Didn't care. I'm a special kind of woman. Me and Schoolboy can relate. We are in the same community. I love you, Schoolboy. I love everybody on this panel, you know? And I'm glad that you guys are here for people that are hurting. I mean, I know everybody comes up here and y'all think like, oh, we got it together. No, we just know how to wear it better. And that's all I have tonight. I love you guys.
We love you too. Thank you so much, and feel better. Feel
Thank
better,
you.
my love. Okay.
Okay.
Have
Thanks
a good
for
night.
having
All
me.
right, bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. You want to take a break, Marcella? Okay.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's heavy. It is heavy. It really, really is. I'm going to add Andrew to the chat. Hey, Andrew.
Good evening. Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening.
Good evening. Ooh, I did not expect that. But there are certain conversations that we need to have in this hour. I would say this for us as the Black community, we need to get help and we need to get therapy like ASAP.
Mhm.
There is no such a time as this, especially we are still in the pandemic and where things are getting now to the point where they're getting exposed. And it's just time for us to really just take better care of ourselves and take better care of our families. So I just hope and pray that everybody just gets the help and gets the love that they need. As far as Snoop Dogg and Shantae, y'all need to get your asses together. That's all I got to say. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
As far as the other topics, it's just a hot mess. That's a mess in itself. But this subject right here, this is just necessary that needs to be discussed. Depression is real, and it's really just running rapid, and we just can't avoid situations like this anymore. Even though they try to put it on try to erase it, but
Mhm.
what we have seen with the many shootings that's been going on in the schools from the different people who have mental health issues. So
Mhm.
I just hope and pray that that just get the help that we need. And I just love all you guys. And Schoolboy, you know my heart. You know my heart. You already know it. And Monica, just God bless you for this. Bishop, love you. Marcella, stay strong, sis, because you came out of it on the other side. All right.
Yeah. Love you too. Thank
Love
you for
Much
y'all.
calling
love,
in.
my brother.
Thank
Much
you,
love.
fam.
Love
Bye.
you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, Leslie, you've been waiting a long time, my love. How are you?
I'm fine. How are y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
How you
ma'am.
feeling? 'Cause I know you weren't feeling too good
Yes.
the last
Thank
time.
you for asking. I
You're welcome.
actually went off of the Ozempic and started feeling 100 times better. So it's just now watching diet. I actually signed up to go to Planet Fitness. So
Great. Okay.
it's me getting off the medication and taking some responsibility for my health
Mm-hmm.
as well. But I was gonna, start off with something funny, talk about Portia and that Uncle Ben demon Dracula. But I have to say this. And I'm sorry, I've been crying and I have on my bonnet because I was about to go to bed, but I don't care right now. I just have to say this is that You know, being a dark skinned plus size person from a childhood till now, people don't understand. Sometimes when you feel you are too ugly to live, or you feel like you're not worthy of love, or you feel like you're not good enough for anything, that's beyond the devil. That's just something that's cosmic, that's spiritual, that's just the whole universe. And that's an internal fight that no matter how much support you may have around you, you still feel like you're fighting it alone. And my thing is, I could already tell from Corey that she didn't have the foundation she needed.
Right.
Even though, yes, she grew up with money and her father's famous and they had their show and, you know, and she tried her singing career, she is so broken. She is so broken. And I'm thankful she did that live. But y'all, if you really look at her, she's not well. She's not well at all. And this is the main reason why I put affirmations into my child. Every day I tell her she is beautiful. She is important. She is worthy of everything that she deserves in this world. And though I didn't receive that growing up, my child is going to get that. Because I'll be damned if I ever sit there and tell my child she is not worthy of being loved or being told she's beautiful or being in this world. Because we already have enough things going against us. And even though my child is lighter than me, I still let her know she is a beautiful Black queen. Well, beautiful Black princess, queen in the making. But I'm like, just have to say, we need to hold each other up in prayer. That's why, honestly, I am so happy that y'all did this. My boyfriend always asked me, why you watch these people on this YouTube? And I said, you don't understand what they do for me.
Oh,
You don't know,
Leslie.
I told him, I was like, a couple of things happened during this COVID season. I almost lost my mother and my sister at the same time because they both caught COVID in the beginning and had to go on ventilators. My sister came back healthy. My mother didn't. And I almost lost my mother. And nobody in the hospital would tell us what happened because she couldn't move her right side. She had to go to rehab. Now my mom has a trach in her throat because her lungs don't work.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
And that's why, and it's okay. But you know what, though? I give y'all thanks and I thank God for y'all because, like I said, I watch every night. I may not talk. I may not always have the coin to, you know, give a super chat, or I may not be actually physically able to get on the computer and write, you know, and give my opinion. But I'm very thankful for all that y'all do. When I sit there and I tell y'all, it got to the point where I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't find anything on YouTube to watch anymore. And randomly, All About the Tea came up for a recommendation for me. And I'm glad that it did because I needed it. And I needed this tonight because I needed this crying to shed out my pain, because I'll be fine once I stop crying, because this is a washover of all the pain just being released from my body.
Let it out. Let it out.
But I just want to say thank y'all. And Schoolboy, I want to say this to you. I don't know if you realize I'm the woman who reached out to you about her nephew. I talked to him and he said he's not ready, which I understand. He's only 16. But I want you to know that it doesn't matter, Schoolboy. I love you. And I reached out to you because I knew that you would be somebody who can help him in his situation right now. He's just not ready. But I told him when he's ready, I'm here. And I know people who are here to help you too. And I just want to, I'm going to get off now because I could keep going. But I just want to say thank y'all. And Corey, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you're dark, if you're light, if you're white, you're bright. It doesn't matter. You are beautiful. And it's unfortunate that your parents or maybe your family, I don't know, I wasn't raised with you, haven't told you that, but you're beautiful. Mm-hmm. But I have to say, and I'm not being a Debbie Downer, but I have to say, I do believe that's not her last time going to attempt that. Mm-mm. I just hope she's not successful. That's the only thing I wish, because we're already being targeted and killed out in these streets. We don't need to do it to ourselves. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
like I said, I'm going to leave. I don't want to take up too much time. I
That's
know
okay.
your backstage is probably full, but I just want to say thank y'all because I don't think y'all understand what y'all do for some of us every night,
Mm-hmm.
every night,
Thank you.
And
every
sister,
night. Y'all,
we
We
love
love
you,
you.
sister.
We love
And
you.
tell your
Virtual
nephew,
hugs to
I love him too.
yeah.
and
It's
that's the
okay.
thing
Absolutely.
It's
is
okay.
that
Hmm.
It's okay.
these
It's
young people
okay.
don't feel loved. That's
They
the
don't.
problem.
They don't. They
And I'm
don't.
crying because I felt that same way, and I went down a path
Oh gosh.
that I don't want to see anybody go down.
No.
Yes, we
No,
will keep you in our thoughts. Hugs and kisses to you. We love you.
Hmm.
If
And
your
you know
nephew
I
ever
do.
needs me, to
Yes.
tell him he can DM me. Tell him he can DM me. Tell him he can
Hmm.
talk to me. I just I don't want to see nobody go down that
No.
path. I
Yeah.
don't
I
want to
can't
do that.
because he's my baby. That's my
Hmm.
baby. That's the baby that almost died.
Oh
Mm.
gosh.
And we was there 24/7. And that's the one that looks similar to me. You know, they always say you have a baby for someone else. My
Hmm.
sister
Yeah.
had that boy for me. She
Yeah.
had him for me the same way I had my daughter for her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank y'all. And I'll
Thank
definitely keep
you.
trying, schoolboy, to get him to contact you. But y'all is just some wonderful people. Y'all truly
Oh,
are.
love you, Leslie.
Hmm.
Very much.
Thank you. I gotta
Okay.
go.
Okay, honey.
All
We
right.
love you. Bye. Bye.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
gosh. It's a lot. It's really heavy. Really, really heavy. I'm gonna add Lakeisha to the chat. Hey Lakeisha. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey
Hey.
guys,
Hey.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. I sent in the message that this kind of softened my emotions because a lot of times I'll put my little wall up, but
Mhm.
you can't help but to be very human in this
Mhm.
moment. Um, I've recently just started following Schoolboy and sometimes when I go and check on my little account, I see her live and I click on, and I like to tell her to kind of guard her spirit because she has a really good spirit and very magnetic. And I can already tell that you're gonna have tons of people reaching out to you with those same issues because you can see that you've kind of battled some things and you came out on the other side of it winning.
Yeah.
Um, So that's why I always say that. I should just guard your spirit, because you're gonna have to stay strong to
Mhm.
help pull others.
Yeah.
You are. I mean, God has given you the biggest wings to help pull others out of flight of this depression, and it's very real. And when I seen the young lady, Snoop Dogg's daughter,
Yes.
when I saw the first thing I said that she's beautiful. Um, and I have two daughters. They're twins, and one's very
Oh,
very
wow.
brown, and
Mhm.
one's kind of lighter complexion. And my daughter, she was like, "Oh, she's gorgeous." I'm teaching my daughters at a young age to love yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
Um, you have to. And then I teach them too. You never know what a smile can do. You talking to that young lady at the Costco, you just never know what a smile can save lives. You
Yeah.
just walking by and saying hello, good morning, good
Yeah.
night. It can save lives. So that reminded me of this live when I said it softened me,
Yeah.
because I used to do that a lot. And people will always say, "Oh my God, you're always smiling. You're always smiling." Because I am happy. I am very happy. But I'm also very aware of what you give off to people in the world.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
yeah. So I mean, you guys shed a ray of light. You shed a ray of very a light and funniness and lightheartedness, even while you're spilling tea. But you hear your people say it all the time, Monica, like, "Oh my gosh, you saved my life during this pandemic." I believe
It's
it's very
amazing.
true. I tune in. I do. It depends on what it is. I'm like, "Oh, I'm tuning in because I have to. Oh my God, I want to hear."
Yeah.
But it's your voice, it's your panel, and I believe you guys are all, it's like in his plan, you know, God ordained in his steps, that you got your panel that is so well pieced and put together. It's beautiful.
Thank
So, you know, schoolboy, keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. Auntie Marcella, I see her on the lives too. She be in there making sure you good.
Yes, I'm good. Prayer
All right.
and Kenny.
That's what it needs right there. Monica, so yeah, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you exactly for spreading awareness, because it does. It needs to be spread, and people do need to be soft and kind-hearted and understanding and empathetic.
Absolutely. And thank God for people like you.
Yeah.
People like you that are so generous, so kind, so caring, so accepting, and so rational. Thank God for people like you and the love that you spread and the support that you give, because they don't make them like, I mean, we have a lot of support, but you know, we have also the opposite end of it. And I'm not going to even get into that today.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the haters today. It doesn't even matter. It really doesn't.
I
We
mean,
love you, Lakeisha.
you're gonna have that. Good night, guys.
We love you.
Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
You know, the haters can't even scratch what we really been through. So
Mhm,
it
they
just be
can't.
like little mosquitoes that you pop.
Yeah.
You don't know what you really been through.
Tia Ferguson, thank you so much for the super chat. The only person that needs to accept you is you. Everything else is a matter of respecting your acceptance.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for the super sticker, Tia Ferguson. Rosita Brouchard, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate you. Anissa Medlock, thank you for the super chat. Life is too short. When we go out in the community, be kind and don't be afraid to compliment one another. I do it all the time. Love is contagious. God made us all for a purpose. No one is better than the other. That is so true. That's a very profound message. I love that. I really do. Oh my gosh. This is a very heavy topic tonight. It really, really, really is. She said, F the haters. I know that's right, Queen Paradise, right? Candace Lane, thank you for the super chat. I just want to say, people, stop disowning your children because of sexuality. Love them. Yeah.
That's real, because I seen a brother on Instagram telling his story, and you know, he come from like the same denomination that I'm from, and it broke my heart reading that message how his dad disowned him.
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I
don't know how they do it either.
Like I told you, that young lady in Costco. Like I can't stop. I just couldn't stop thinking of her. Like, how could you not love her? She was so nice, so smart, and just so like her heart was just so giving. And you know me, I make friends in 5 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was like, you my friend.
Yeah.
I went back there so many times looking for her, but I just never saw. I even asked different cashiers, you know, described her and everything. And they were like, no, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about, but she's not working today. She probably thought I was trying to hunt her down. It's crazy. But
get a phone number.
Yeah. Because you know, God puts us in certain situations for a reason. And we all need people, but we all need love, more importantly. We really do. We really do. Yeah. You can't call yourself a Christian if you don't love everybody. No, it's not my place to judge what anybody does, you know? Yeah. Didn't God love the prostitutes in the Bible?
Jesus,
he did. He sought the prostitutes out first. They helped. They always helped in situations.
She'll be first in line.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God. I love it.
Marcella, come on.
You said she married Magdalene?
Oh, well, damn. You know, oh my God.
Marcella is a mess. Sunshine.
She's Hosea's wife.
Oh.
Married a prostitute.
Right? Okay. See the correlation? It's all adding up now. It's all making sense. Thanks, Bishop.
The wheels are turning.
C. Davis, thank you so much for the super chat. My son died by suicide at the age of 19. I am so sorry. Our condolences to you. I had no second chance. I told him every day that he was loved, but I know society made it so hard for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and mental health, you know,